We're here today to look at environmental organization. The most basic level of environmental organization is one single individual of a species. This would be the organism level. However, this is not the best level to study because one organism is like looking at one trial. That just doesn't give you enough information. So often scientists investigate the next level, which is a population. A population is when you add in the members of the same species. In this case, we're adding in the other unicorns. And so what we can do is look at how these unicorns interact with each other. We can look at if they have competitions with each other, where they like to live, if they have certain resources they use, and so forth. So this is a level that scientists like to study in depth. Our different populations, how they migrate and so forth, all their different characteristics. But sometimes the scientist wants to go even further. And this scientist might start investigating the community level. A community is when you add in other living things. In this case, we're going to add in some regular ponies, and we're going to add in some Pegasuses. You can see they have their little wings there. Alright, so all these organisms together make up the community. Now the community is not just made of animals. Don't forget our plants and our protists and our bacteria and our fungi. All those living things together make up the community. And by studying communities, we can say, okay, this is how the unicorns interact with the Pegasuses, or this is how a bacteria impacts the regular ponies. So we can look at how all those living things interact together. Now sometimes scientists want to go even further, so they don't want to just look at the community, they want to add in the abiotic factors. Those would be the non-living things like water and sunlight and air. And those things make up the ecosystem. All the living things plus all the non-living things in a particular area would make up the ecosystem. And scientists like to study ecosystems as well to kind of see how the abiotic factors affect all the living things. Then some scientists take it even further and they put all of the ecosystems together. And when they put them all together, they come up with the entire Earth. And that is the biosphere level. Now that level is kind of hard to study simply because there's so many ecosystems and it's so big. And so most of the time we study that using computer models. But you can see that there are lots of different levels. So our biosphere, including all the ecosystems including the non-living things like water, plus sunlight, plus all the living things. The community level, which is where we look at all the different populations of living things. Then the population level, where we look at all the members of the same population, and then back down to the organism level, where we look at one single individual of a species. This is what we'll be investigating when we start our unit on ecology.